Hello and welcome to Mike's Basement. Today we're going to start a brand new farm in FS19, and this time we're going to start one out of two new maps that I will play on in the time being, in the time coming. The first map is going to be a map called Starowice. It's a Polish map. It's a map that is supposed to represent a little Polish town. Could very well be a little town like here in Denmark. So that is a small farm that I'm going to play on. And then I'm going to take on sort of an intermediate to big farm map. It's something in between, and you're going to see why I say that, called Fenton Forest by Stevie. And it's a new version, it's a 4x version, so it has been extended compared to the older version. Now, as I've been told, the map by Stevie should be a rework on a Giants map called Felsbrunn. So Fenton Forest and Felsbrunn. And Felsbrunn is supposed to be a map somewhere in around Germany. So let's get started. Now, just like with every other Stevie map that you can find out there, Stevie has a tendency to give us a lot of stuff, a lot of new stuff. And that is why I actually think that I'm going to start this map off with the start from scratch instead of going to something like a farm manager or something like that. So let's do that. Let's say start from scratch. And no, we're not going to Ravenport or Felsbrunn or Lapacho. We're going to Fenton Forest. Continue. And well, I think I'm going to go for a I do believe that most of the stuff that you get from Stevie is well, I'm going the wrong way. I think it's Fent. So I'm actually going to go for a Fent map this time. And I'm not sure. I don't think that you can get Fent harvesters really. So we're going to go for Fent. There we go. And that's the hat and the jacket. I think Fent is something like green, something like that. Yeah, like that. No accessory and no jacket, I don't want that, but I do want the cap. And because, well, my real name is Michael, but my character name here is Mike, I think that's what I'm going for. Continue. Alright, so now I'm going to check out all of these mods. Let's start the map. So, here we are. Let's press enter. And yes, I want them to earn some money. You only have enough money to start a small farm. First, buy some land, buildings, and the necessary tools. Then sell your products and expand your farm. Alright, so we have roughly 500,000, and I'm pretty sure that we can we take out a loan? Yeah, we can borrow some more money. So this is essentially where you start in Stevie's map. For some reason you start here. If you want, you can start a little fire. No, you can't, but you should be able to do, in my opinion. But this is the farm that we get, but we haven't bought yet. So let's do that as the first thing. So I've been told that this part you see here, this little part here, this is the original Fenton Forest by Stevie. Now, if you compare this map with Felsbrunn, you should be able to see some resemblance. For instance, you have the port up here, and you have a little roundabout somewhere around here in this area in the town. So this is what Stevie has sort of been inspired by to change the Felsbrunn map and then make a Fenton Forest instead. But then he added these maps here, and I have to say to you, they are huge. They are not just big, they are huge. Let me just show you. Let's let's take a swim. Go for a dive. like that. And now we are at this field here. Let me just show you. This field is owned by Dieter Holzmann. The fruit type that was on the field is oat, harvested. It has an area of 41.21 hectares. And the land area is 60 hectares. So it's a pretty big field. Now, one of the things that are with Stevie's maps, like I told you, is that he doesn't think that you should start from scratch in any way. Now we're swimming. So you can actually go down and take a morning swim if you want to. Alright, let me start right off with something else. One of the things that the people behind Seasons recommend, and you can read that somewhere, is that they recommend, in order to get the right experience, the right season experience, that you set a season length for 9 days and then set your time multiplier for 5 times. In that way, you would get the experience of seasons that they have intended for. So that is why I am also going to do that. Let's talk a little bit about the map by Stevie. First of all, Stevie isn't complacent with the standard FS19 silo. So just like in Snetterton's farm, he has made his own huge silo system. Now, this silo doesn't have the scoreboard here that you had in Snetterton's, for example. But other than that, you have a host of options here. Now, one of the things where this map here is conflicting a little bit with... I'm just going to turn off time while I do this talking head. So now time is stopped while I do this talking head thing here. So just like with I'm not sure actually in Snetterton's, but Stevie has come up with 2 different things. So obviously your silo works just like a silo should. You can put in stuff there. The other thing that Stevie did here is that you have your silo store out. So you can park your trailer or whatever it is you have right here. And then you can get your stuff out from the silo. The things that you might need that you don't have right now. For instance, some seeds, some grass, and those other things. You can buy it out here from the supply purchase point. Now, one of the problems with Seasons and Stevie's map here is that here you can also buy grass, hay, and straw. Now, in Seasons, the price for loose straw, loose grass, and loose hay is exactly 0. It makes perfect sense in their eyes. In real life, farmers, they don't sell straw like that. They don't sell grass like that in bulk. So obviously you can sort of probably imagine the conflict that we have here between Stevie's map here and Seasons. If the price for grass is 0, then when you get grass or straw or hay from that selling point, it will cost you 0. So what I have done, and it doesn't work that way because it messes up a lot of other things for this map here if you do it. What I have done is, let me just show you. No, here. So I have changed the price for straw, hay and grass. So you can see it's $4 and $3 per 1,000 liters. Very little. And over here it's minus, so even less. So I have set the multiplier for the price at a very low point. And then I have, in the same way, extended the multiplier in the map in itself. So from Seasons' point of view, the price for hay and grass and straw is very little. But the map sort of multiplies that same amount up. So you don't get a bonus from selling these things in bulk. You can do it, but you won't get that many money. Instead, you will pay the right price at this point here when you buy these things. So that's one of the things that I've changed. All right, let's go back to ordinary time. 5. Let's take a look at the equipment that we have here. And the reason why I wanted to go with a Fent scenario is that, well, we have Fent. So why the heck not? So the thing is that I'm not sure what we actually have, but let's take a look at it. We have a mower, so let me see. We have we have a Fent tractor here. So this is one tractor that we have. We have another Fent. If you want to know, this is the must be the Vario 1165 MT. I'm really not sure, but we can take a look here in the garage. Oh no, not back. Garage. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's simply just called 1165 MT. Then we have the 724 Vario, the 1050. We have two 1050s. So we do have a reasonable amount of equipment. We also have a harvester here. We have a Case International, so we can harvest stuff. That's pretty neat. We have a mower, so we can mow grass. And we do actually have an area where we can mow a lot of grass. We have a corn header. Well, obviously you can see we have the normal header there. We have a pickup wagon, and then we have a relatively large tipper, a smaller tipper. This I would probably use for feeding animals. And then we have a, I think this is the tedder. We have a windrower, we have a baler, we have a baler with a wrapper. I'm not sure why we have both. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm going to decide whether we should keep this one and sell this one. Because I really don't mind the round bales, it's okay. Then we have a bale wagon. We are certainly going to sell that because I really don't like it. Then we have a slurry wagon. And again, one of the things with Stevie's map, we can buy slurry. Whee! Then we have a spreader for, well, lime, I would suppose I would use it for. And then we have a Condor 1501. This is a cedar. I think that should probably be all the equipment that we have. I don't seem to recall that there are any more equipment that we have here. So, while I prepare for a plowing, no, not a plowing, I think we should go for a spread. Oh, we have another one here, a Fent. Another tractor. Here's the last tractor. There are probably some more equipment spread around the map, but we're going to find that as we go. And also I found on the map that I played on before that getting the little Mahindra wagon is pretty useful from going from one part of the map quickly to another. But let's go into this Fent tractor here. Oh, that has changed, yeah. No. Well, let me see if I can find out what to do. So yes, I have engaged my map. I'm going to do that. No, not my map, my steering wheel. Because I really don't like playing with, I must admit. I just really don't, whoa. Oh yes, let's see. I just have to install, I think, the GPS mod or GPS on this tractor here. There we go. Let's see. Customize. Yeah. 15,000. It's a little bit. Let's go right ahead and do it. Now slurry and manure is fortunately not that expensive. Oh, forgot that. but let's go and get some. And that's one of the things I really like here, is that you can actually buy it. What in the world? Oh, forgot my weight. Let's go and pick that up. So I think in this first video, or these two videos here, I'm going to introduce the map to you. Yeah, I know you can still hear my wheel, but for the time being, that is something that isn't going to change. I really can't play without gamepad. I'm sorry, I just can't. I've tried it, didn't work. So I think I'm going to make 2 videos in a row here, try to cut them up at roughly 30 minutes of length. That should be reasonable. Let's get some slurry. I think it's the next one. Yeah, that's herbicide. So slurry is here. And you actually buy the slurry here, and I think that's one of the things that I really enjoy about Stevie's maps, is that he thinks about these things so that you can actually buy. I would argue that it would be perhaps not feasible, but at least it would be reasonable to say that you can actually buy slurry to spread on your farm. Or perhaps even you could say you could get a man to come and spread slurry on your farm. Let me see if I can find the right. Yes, this was the one. So we're simply going with a Fenton farm this time. I'm going to try to set the... First I'm going to set the... Alt R. Yeah. Now you can see it's a bit offset. It's not offset there. Let's go and make sure we have the slurry thingy there. 30 meters. Let's check out the 29.997. I can live with that. So let's get it. So the way you use... This is the GPS mod, I think it's called guidance steering right now. The way you use it is that you sort of align your way that you drive with there we go. And it doesn't seem that I really spread any. Oh, I forgot the most important thing. Sorry about that. Let's just turn off the tractor. And let me say what I wanted to say. I have installed a mod so I can change the rate at which I spread slurries. Let's set it to 1. Let's set it to the lowest one. It's a km degrees. See how much I can go down. 10 is the lowest. All right. Let's go do the most important thing that we're going to do. X. See, how much is it? 475. I think you're going to take a little loan. So we're going to buy loan 100,000. I think should be 200,000 should be enough if we can go that far. There we go. Now we have a little bit to play around with. So let's. So this is obviously the starting area that Stevie had envisioned that you should go for, and I'm going to buy that. Yes. Now we can do some farming. Let's spread some slurry. Let me see if it even works. It should work, even though if you can't see it. Well, even if it doesn't work, slurry is not that expensive, so it's not a huge problem. We have 208,730 euros, so I think it should be reasonable to go for. Let's engage the autopilot. Let's take it down to something like 20. Yeah. Alright, that's it. And that's one of the things that I really like about the GPS mod, the guidance steering mod, is that you can activate it like this. So you just have to sit back and relax, and well, obviously you have to be aware when you reach the end of the field, and because the guidance steering mod is going to react on your headland, that is basically the end of your field. So you have to be aware that it will stop at some point. You can see that in just a bit. It's going to give me a little warning, and then it's going to stop. There. Now, the reason why I've installed this little mod here, the increase and decrease spray rate, is also, as you can see, I'm not spreading slurry right now. So it reacts to my speed, velocity. Let's start it up. And turn it off. Let's just go on to the next area. Now, for some reason, I'm getting problems with my frame rates, and I'm really not sure why I am that. Just start the autopilot. Oh yes, it does make a difference. You can see out here at the line, you can see that there's a change in the way the ground looks, so it is making a difference. I'm really not sure why I'm getting these varied frame rates. Well, I have to check that out for the next video, at least. So, we are just quietly spreading some slurry on the fields. In a little while we have to go down and buy some new slurry, but it's really, really inexpensive, so it's not a problem at all. There we are. So let's go down and buy some new slurry. Where was it? There. Nope. Wrong way, of course. Figures. Let's buy some new slurry. Yep. Let's see how much we're going to pay for it. For a full tank. It's not going to be very much. €697 for 30,000, almost 30,000 liters of slurry. That's not unreasonable, but well, ladies and gentlemen, the clock on my recorder has now reached almost 30 minutes, and I have to check why I get these very varied frame rates. So I'm going to take my leave of you now. I'll see you in the next video where we continue working on Fenton Forest. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. Remember to like the videos and subscribe to my channel. It helps. If you don't like the video and you give it a thumbs down, then please tell me why you have done so and what I can do better for the next video. And other than that, see you in the next video. Bye bye.